Hi, everybody. I'm going to be quickly demonstrating how Signadot helps with very fast local development cycles when you have many microservices. So in this case, you don't, even if you have like hundreds of microservices, you can just work with the services that you're changing locally and be able to use a remote Kubernetes cluster to satisfy the dependencies with other services that you need to, that your microservice may depend on. So let's see how this works. So I have this demo application, which is a ride sharing, ride booking application like Uber. So I can select a pickup location, drop off location, and request a car ride. And you can see I have this notification that so-and-so driver will come and pick me up in so-and-so time. And this is the ETA calculation. And if you see the call logs or the flow of the request, you will see that it goes through many different backend microservices like, location, driver, and the route service. And the baseline refers to just the version of the service um, that's fulfilling this request on the backend. And all of these services are running on a remote Kubernetes cluster. Nothing is running locally on my laptop. What I want to do now is I want to be, the ETA calculation is incorrect because it's taking a long time and I know that I need to fix this. So I'm going to be changing that on my local machine, on my IDE. So I have the change on my IDE where I fix the sort of the ETA calculation here. And I want to be able to quickly test this end to end without deploying the whole stack on my local machine. So let's see how I'll do that. So first, I'm going to set up what is called as a sandbox. So you can see that this is the YAML specification for sandbox, which we're going to apply using the Signadot CLI. And the main key thing here is I'm telling the Signadot system to for the Signadot system to intercept the traffic that is received at this deployment. So which is the route service that's running in the environment in the remote Kubernetes cluster. And then whatever traffic is coming to port 883 in that cluster, dynamically route that to localhost 8083, right? That's kind of what this command is doing. And so this is encapsulated as a sandbox concept. So I'm going to run this to create a sandbox that basically contains this mapping. So you can see that the sandbox was created. I can quickly go to this dashboard to quickly see the sandbox that was created for me. So if I go here, which is the Signadot dashboard, you can see that this is the local mapping and it gives you the mapping of the remote deployment and connected to my local laptop, right? So that's kind of the sandbox specification. And now I have to run the local command because there is nothing running on my local local host right now. So I'm going to be running the route service on the local host, listening on that port that I specified in the sandbox. So you can see that this is the route command that's running now, listening on the local port. Now, if I go back to the front end, and look, if I select the sandbox that I just created using a Chrome extension, so this is a convenient Chrome extension that I can use. So you can see that I'm selecting the sandbox that I created, which is bound to my local port. So if I enable this, what essentially the Chrome extension is doing is setting some headers in the request that hit the front end of the application. And then based on this headers that propagate through the various services, when the requests arrive at the route service, the Signadot sidecar will dynamically route that to my local workstation. So let's see how that works. So once I set that Chrome extension, select the Chrome extension, sandbox in the Chrome extension. So now again, I'm going to exercise the application. And I'm just going to keep this terminal window open so that you can see the request flow. So now if I request a car ride, you see that the request is received in my local machine. And then you can see that this is satisfied by the local machine itself. You can see the call logs. You can see the route service is actually not being hit on the remote version of the route service not being hit because it's coming from my local version, whereas the original request, everything came from the baseline version, which is the in-cluster version, right? So again, if I turn off the Chrome extension here, the toggle the selection button, you'll see that it again goes to the baseline version. So I can show you here. Let's say I just click this, and then I request a call ride. You can see that this is now satisfied, and the request is not received locally, and you can see even in this, it's going back to the baseline, right? So this is a very quick demonstration of how Signadot helps you run only the services that you're changing locally and use the rest of the microservices application from a remote Kubernetes cluster. And yeah, and there are advanced use cases, like for example, I can run multiple services locally as well, and it works the same way seamlessly. So it just has to listen on different ports, but you can map multiple microservices as well if you want to be changing multiple services locally. Thank you, and I will look forward to another tutorial pretty soon.